What's going on, everybody? This is Nedia, and welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon Colosseum. Hey, wait a minute. I think we're in the wrong region. Whew, that's more like it. Bad resolution and all. What's going on, everybody? My name is Nedia, and welcome back to some more Let's Play Pokemon Colosseum. In the last episode, we made our way through this building in Pyrite Town, where they were said to be giving away Shadow Pokemon to victors of the Colosseum. We came up here and found Silva, who was beaten up by his harem. And Mirror B appeared on the TV and told us to go find him in a cave. I've been gone for long enough. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. Let's go fight this guy. What's up? Oh, I get it. You guys weren't new recruits, but just intruders too? That guy earlier was too weak for words. How about you? Are you going to keep me amused? Well, I can try my best. Doken. Well, when I'm done with you, things won't be okie dokin'. Alright. Quillfish and Goldeen, two water types. Interesting. Gotta send out Misdreavus and Croconaw. Man, it has been a hot second since I've played this. I don't remember what I'm doing. But I do remember that we have a Shadow Pokemon. We have Quillfish. Now, before we get into Quillfish's bio, I went back and I did a little bit of research on some of the previous episodes that I recorded, because I wanted to just check a couple things, because I finally started editing this stupid thing. On the day that I'm recording this, the first episode goes up tomorrow. I finally started editing this thing, and I realized that my bio for Skiploom was wrong. I'll probably put some text on screen during the bio itself when I edit that to correct it. But just know that if I don't, the bio for Skiploom is actually wrong. So, to remedy that, I have notes. They're over here in the corner. So I actually have notes that I'm looking at now. On the floor, written notes of all the Pokemon that are obtainable in this game, and one of them is right here, and he's Quillfish. It is Quillfish, I guess. Oh, actually, it's a he, never mind. Quillfish is a water poison type, a very interesting type. Not a lot of Pokemon have a water poison type, and it's pretty good both offensively and defensively. However, big caveat here, and it comes in two big things. One, Quillfish does not. Whoa, that did a lot of damage. Quillfish does not evolve in this game. It's, Pokemon Legends Arceus Evolution does not exist yet as of this point in the series. So the stats you see here are what you're going to get. And unfortunately, Quillfish's stats aren't anything to write home about. It's a water poison type, like I already said. And while that is good for both offensive and defensive, unfortunately, its stats don't really match its type all that well. It wants to be a physical attacker, but unfortunately, only poison is its only good physical attacking type, and poison is not the best physical type in the world. Water is a much better offensive type, and while it does come with Surf, which I've sang high praise of as of this point, while I've sang high praises of Surf as of this point in the series, its lowly special attack just doesn't cut it. I suppose though, if nothing else, Quillfish is very interesting. Whoa, critical hit. Quillfish is very interesting. It's very unique, both in type and stats and all that. And it has the ability Poison Point, which is interesting, which means that physical contact, with the Pokemon might cause the Pokemon to become poison. Might cause your Pokemon to become poison. Poison is a status ailment that, drains 1/8 of your HP every turn. And it also drains when you're walking around the field. There's also another status called Badly Poisoned. There's also a status called Badly Poisoned, which doubles the amount of damage it does each turn. So it does 1/8 and 1/4 and 1/2, that kind of thing. If you're ever inflicted with Badly Poisoned, unless you switch out a heal, that Pokemon will fade in 8 turns or less. So yeah, to wrap up Quillfish, it's interesting, but its stats and its moves leave a lot to be desired, but I'm sure you can figure out something to do with it. It's definitely not terrible, but just there's better options out there. In this battle, I don't remember if I've explained this already, we got a critical hit. Critical hits basically do double the damage that move does, and it ignores all stat buffs. So let's say that Pokemon had raised their defense. If that Pokemon had raised its defense, a critical hit would ignore the defense buff. And, it would just do double damage anyways. I said I went back and watched some of the old recordings to see, like, what I didn't watch all of them. I only watched, like, come on. I can see not much has changed in the time since I've begun. Okay, you should be pretty good to go. I think Okay, I might, no, we'll actually be okay. I'm just gonna go and Surf here. Because Surf won't do very much damage to Quillfish. And then Surf will do quite a bit of damage to this Lanoon here. Odor Sleuth. Odor Sleuth basically makes it to where if he were to use a normal type attack, he could hit Misdreavus on the next turn if they wanted to. Let's go do Surf. Good. Very low health. It's pretty good damage there. And let's go and catch this. Let's go and catch this Quillfish here. So let's use. We can probably just catch over the Pokeball. Go and do that, and we'll use Bite on this Lanoon. All right. I don't want to use Surf in case it doesn't catch. I don't want to knock it out. So. One. We're already starting with this, huh? There's not much more I could do with you. I can't hit you again or else you'll die, so... I shouldn't be saying die. Do y'all remember... Nice voice crack. Do y'all remember that period of time on YouTube where... Whoa, holy crap. Oh god, okay, we gotta catch it, like, next turn. The period of time on YouTube where, like, Pokemon YouTubers and, like, other people weren't allowed to, like, say their Pokemon died or anything because YouTube would get mad at them and they would get demonetized. That was a crazy time. That was when Kappa was really big and all that, but that was a few years. That's been a few years now. Good. Another critical hit. That's 2 critical hits in a row, actually. Not even in a row, but just 2 critical hits in this battle. That's been getting a lot of experience there. We're just going to go and use a Great Ball. I've got plenty of them. I just want to catch this thing. And we can use Scary Face. I have my game audio up pretty loud, actually. I might turn it down because it's kind of hard to hear. 1. 1, 2, 3. Come on! Come on! One, 2, 3. Thank you! It was in yellow health that time. It had way more health than it did last time. God. Now that we've concluded the longest fight ever with a regular trainer. That was fun. It wasn't for me, buddy, but you know what? I'm glad you had fun at least. Battling you was fun, so that's good enough for me. If you want to go through, go right ahead. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I went back and healed, so now we're going to go into this cave. With no wild Pokemon in this game, that means we won't run into any Zubats. However, this cave, all things considered, is pretty barren. I mean, there's quite a few different branching paths you can take, and there are some trainers to fight, but there aren't, like, a ton of trainers to fight, so we're just mostly going to be running around, finding all the items, finding as many trainers, and catching any Shadow Pokemon. 2 Hyper Potions, dang. So while we're just kind of running through this cave, I would like to go and talk about what's been going on in my life recently, and, like, why I've... Just where I've been all this, like, for all this time, because I know I haven't... 3 Ethers, holy crap. Ethers restore PP of Pokemon moves. Because I know I haven't streamed very much, and that can also be that can also be chalked up to, Sims. Maybe it's Sims with an E, I don't know. That can also be chalked up to not having a mic for a little bit because my mic cord died. And you'll see that, you've seen that in the video, in like a couple of videos previously, is that my mic was dead. My mic was bad, and I mentioned that in those videos. So that is one thing I would like to touch on, is why... Oh, it's still in hyper mode. I was like, wait, it went into hyper mode, but the text box didn't come up. It's because it went into hyper mode at the end of the last battle, and I didn't call it. Confuser is actually a pretty good move, so I'll go and let it use that. That's one of the other effects of hyper mode. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that before, but yeah. So I didn't have a mic cord for a while. I have one now, obviously. It was actually one of my dad's extras, because my dad used to play in a band, so he had an extra one that's like 15 freaking feet long. Yeah, I knew Surf wasn't going to be a very good option there. Surf, low-tide quad resist water, but... See, that's part of the reason why I don't stream, and I normally talk about, like, my personal life on stream, and I don't tweet about my personal life very much, and I know a lot of people probably don't follow me on Twitter, which it's in the link of every description. It's in the description of every video, by the way, so you should definitely follow me on Twitter if you don't. Shadow Rush. But essentially December is always a busy month for me. With Christmas is a big deal in my family. My family likes to travel a lot, so Christmas, because I don't see my sisters. I don't really see a lot of my family that much anymore. So Christmas and New Year's, I saw my friends at New Year's. Finishing out the last semester, because I went through the entire last semester with only coming home a couple times at school. But the big thing, come on, dude. The big reason for my big absence, and not to go into too much detail because it's actually really personal to me and I don't want to bring stuff up, but I actually transferred schools. I was at one school in Ohio, and I'm now at another school in Ohio. I transferred colleges. Like, there's a lot of reasons why. I'm not going to go into them right here. But that's a big reason why, because I was very, very busy, not only finalizing everything to get myself transferred at the end of last semester, while also finishing out last semester, which is as busy as it was, but also getting stuff finalized to transfer into starting this new semester. And finally, now that I'm home a lot more, now that I'm finally home a lot more, and I'm now actually able to record and stream more. That's the big thing. But just to give you an idea of kind of how long it's been since I've really started focusing on content again, I went back and checked. I don't want to talk about Portal, because Portal, I've chalked it up to Portal literally just being a way to get videos out on YouTube, just to get views and subscribers started, which I actually got a few subscribers from Portal, so I was more successful than I thought it was going to be. But it was kind of also an homage to Steven Plays, whose first Let's Play was also Portal, so... you're gonna steal my item, whatever. I actually didn't steal my item. But I mean, that Portal was what it was. I didn't even have my YouTube account verified, so I couldn't even, I didn't even have a YouTube account verified, so I couldn't even upload videos longer than 11 minutes. So a lot of the videos had to be, like, sped up or cut down in that Let's Play. So I'm gonna call my first actual Let's Play Battle from Bikini Bottom, which, even though I had a lot of problems, and I should have done a test recording of, like, every single video, because there were a lot of problems with, like, audio and visual stuff. I'm still proud of that Let's Play, and it took a lot of work, because I had to, not only did I have to play through the entire game, which is a collectathon platformer, I also had to edit the whole thing, and I did a lot of the editing. I do all the editing myself. So there was all of that. I did the entirety of Battle for Bikini Bottom. Battle for Bikini Bottom started on March 1st, 2020. That's when the first episode got uploaded. I literally, just before I started this recording, went and checked. It ended on, I think it was July 18th. Basically middle of July 2021. So basically about 5 months, which for the fact that the last 2 months of, for the fact of March and April, at the beginning of that Let's Play, I was still in school and wasn't able to come home. That's a pretty good turnaround period. That's 4 months to knock out that game in 33 parts, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's basically 8 episodes a month, which is pretty good. Captain Toad obviously started directly after, and Captain Toad took a full year basically to get done. It took me from 2021 all the way to 2022 for multiple reasons. One being the fact that I spent the entirety of the 2021-22 school year actually in school on campus, and also the fact that the third section of Captain Toad I've mentioned was miserable to get through, and everybody who watched that Let's Play or has played the game for themselves knows what I'm talking about. This Let's Play, the first episode of Pokemon Colosseum that you're seeing right now, this is not the first episode, but the first episode of Let's Play you're watching right this very second, I recorded on July 9th, 2022. Today's date is January 31st, 2023. Tomorrow is February 1st, 2023, and episode 1 of Pokemon Colosseum will be uploaded tomorrow. I am fully recording. This is the 7th, no, this is I think the 8th episode of this Let's Play that I'm recording. So, if you're wondering where I've been all this time, that's where I've been all this time. I didn't actually want to fight you. I wanted to go back. I wanted to try to go back and see what was up that other staircase, because I think this is the required path. There's multiple branching paths in this cave. So far, we haven't fought any Shadow Pokemon yet. We've only been fighting regular trainers. Today was going to be the first episode where I started cutting out regular trainer battles that didn't have Shadow Pokemon in them, but I've been talking this whole time, so I think it makes up for it. It's because of this long turnaround period that I think the Mario Party videos were a really good idea, and like the Danganronpa video, which part 2 of that is coming, by the way. I've got to finish it. I think that's why those were really good ideas, because it gives me something to put in between those super long gaps. But now that I'm home, basically full-time now, I'm still going to school. I'm still taking classes. I have class on campus 2 times a week, but I also have online classes, and I'm home every other day of the week. So now that I'm home basically full-time and can actually dedicate time to, you know, making videos and doing all that sort of stuff, content I hope is going to go back into full swing, which it probably most likely already is, because you're already watching this, but just in case it hasn't by the time you're watching this, just know I'm working on it. I'm getting things ready. We're picking up the pace. We're getting ready to go. So thank you for bearing with me for all this time. I know it's been a hard time, especially if you're fans, but I don't know if I've talked about this in a video yet or not, because like I said, I didn't go back and watch all of the previous recordings, so I apologize if I'm repeating myself. But I reached 25 subscribers on YouTube recently, which is a very big, which isn't a lot, I know, but that's a pretty big milestone for me, because I literally didn't think I would get 1 subscriber. And I know everybody says that, but like, not to get like too personal here, but like as someone who has never had a lot of confidence in myself, Mischievous Rant has a lot of confidence in herself to go into hyper mode right there. As someone who's never had a lot of confidence in myself and who's always thought that people didn't like me or wouldn't find me entertaining, it really is cool to know that the Mario Party videos are getting really pretty good views. They're getting like 60-70 views per video, which is astounding to me. And the fact that I have 25 subscribers is cool too. So I just want to say, if you're watching this, thank you, and I'm going to continue making the best content that I can in the future. And like I said, I promise the Danganronpa video, 1 health really, I promise the Danganronpa video is coming. Those videos in particular take a long time to edit, but I promise part 2 is coming. Also, Miss Drevis's hair and my outfit are blowing in the wind inside this cave. Struggling to take down the Slackoth here, but Crocodile's bite should take it down. There we go. Slackoth just flopped on the ground, even though he's very lazy. I'm not sure how he managed to do that one, but oh well. Crashed out. Very cool. Mirror B's unbeatable. You'll lose. Whatever you say. I'm pretty sure this is the required. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. I know what I'm talking about. Are you a trainer? Too bad for you. You're at a dead end. Mirror B's not here. You are a trainer. Noxie. Your bandana is cool. Espeon could level 32 in this battle. After I wiped out the entire population of Lotad, courtesy of that guy, we get 3 Ultra Balls. Ultra Balls are one of the best kind of Pokeballs. They have a very strong capture rate. I realized, first things first, Espeon grew to level 32 in that battle. I realized that because I saw it happen. But second of all, I realized Mischievous is pretty fast. You might remember from their bio that their speed was one of their best stats. And I noticed it mostly in the battle with the guy outside this cave, the Dokkan. Mischievous is getting outsped a lot, so I think it's a nature thing. I don't think I've looked at my Pokemon's natures yet. So let's go and do that right now. Natures are basically passive effects that determine different things. They can determine how fast the Pokemon's heart gauge goes down. They can determine how many times they go into hyper mode. The most important thing we care about is it determines, depending on nature's, a certain stat and a certain stat will be raised and lowered at random depending on the nature. This was introduced in Generation 3 and has been in every generation since. And man, I am so spoiled by Scarlet and Violet telling you what stat is lowered and which one is raised just in the main menu and not having to look it up on Pokemon database like I'm doing right now. Okay, so Misdreavus is a mild nature. Plus special attack minus defense. Misdreavus' special attack isn't great, but that's better than nothing. We've got a sassy nature on Croconaw here. Let's see. Minus speed plus special defense. As a water type is weak to electric and grass and other special attacks. It's not horrible. Check Umbreon's real quick. Umbreon's got a quirky nature. Ooh, minus special quirky is neutral. So Umbreon is completely neutral. Some abilities are completely neutral. They don't raise or lower any stats. And then Espeon has also sassy nature, which kind of sucks because Espeon has good special defense, but it's not their best stat. But minus speed kind of hurts on a special sweeper. I'm gonna keep on moving forward though. I think we can keep on keeping on. Let's go and head up this way. We got this guy looking like a bad off-color cosplay of Fred from Scooby-Doo. Ryder Twan. Buddy, you are one letter away from your name being an insult. Or a slang for genitalia. Never mind. Misdreavus, Croconaw, get out there. And hey, first time we've seen one of these in a while, Meditite. Meditite is kind of interesting. It is a psychic fighting type, a very interesting type. Psychic fighting types want to be mixed attackers, and Meditite's stats kind of play into this well. It doesn't have the best stats ever, and it does evolve to get its better stats, but honestly, it and its evolution Medicham just aren't anything to write home about. They're not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but you can definitely find better psychic and fighting types. If you are gonna pick it up, I recommend a couple things. Well, I want to make you aware of a couple things. Calm Mind and High Jump Kick is a very good combination to have. It's a very dangerous combination to have, so you gotta be wary of that. Whoa! You gotta be wary of that. Second, Meditite, whether you're planning on using it, your Espeon, or any other psychic type in this game, Meditite comes holding the Twisted Spoon. So if you're planning on using any other psychic type, grab it, put that Twisted Spoon on your psychic type. That raises the power of their psychic type moves. And third, if you are going to pick it up, I recommend making it more a fighting type than a psychic type. I recommend having a very strong fighting type attacker on your team for reasons you'll see much later. There are other fighting types in this game, but the honest truth is that none of them besides Meditite and like one or two others are that good. There aren't that many, but only a couple of them are really worth anything. Makuhita's not bad. It's just kind of weird. And same here with actually I don't know what to do here. And same here with, let's do this. And same here with Meditite. Meditite is not bad by any stretch of imagination. It's just kind of weird, and that's not a bad thing. I'm sure you can make it work if you threw it on your team somewhere. It's definitely interesting, and you can definitely make it work. But just be wary of those couple things if you're planning on grabbing it. Meditite did seem to find a way to go ahead and completely destroy my Misdreavus right there. And speaking of destroying this, there's Calm Mind. Calm Mind's a very good move. It raises your special attack and special defense. A very good psychic type move. Speaking of destroying, this Numble is about to have a very bad day. Come on! Really? I don't know if I can... 1, 2, 3. Thank God! Oh my God, I'm so glad I caught that first time. 25 minutes later, after I reset this game for the second time during this recording session, fought Ryder Doken and his stupid Quilava for the third time. We are finally back, and we caught his stupid Meditite. God, you know, I realized during that time that the reason why he gave me so much trouble and the reason why he made me to where I had to reset the game on him was because I insulted his name. So note to self, I will never insult anybody's Orinese names ever again. Oh my god, that was terrible. And yes, I did leave the recording running the entire time because anybody who records YouTube videos, and maybe you'll disagree, but to me, anybody who records YouTube videos will know that it's a lot easier to just leave the recording running and cut it out later, or to speed it up or edit it out, than to stop the recording and start a new one. Also, my items are inconsistent now. I actually am behind items than where I was because I'm only down to 6 great balls because of how long the quillfish took. I also had to use one of my antidotes because during one of the battles to get back here the second time through, Croconaut got poisoned and I had to use an antidote on him. So you know what? Metatite, give me that twisted spoon. Espeon, you take that twisted spoon. There we go. Okay. Let's come to the left here. Let's go down these stairs. Oh, I know where this is. I know exactly where this is. Alright. So coming down here. I heard the rushing water and got excited. Across this bridge, we have you. What's up with the purple hats? Writer Sosh. Sosh? I'm not sure. It's one of the two. It's either Sosh or Sosh. Well, Sasha is an actual name. I knew someone named Sasha, but... And hey, we have a Shadow Pokemon. We have Dunsparce. Alright. Let's get this out of the way. Dunsparce is one of the best move pulls any Pokemon could ever have. If you want to teach Dunsparce a move, chances are it can probably learn it. I haven't put Dunsparce's bio on screen yet, because I want you to just picture Dunsparce's dream moveset. Even with this game's limited options in terms of TMs, you could probably make something work, because you can get some pretty interesting TMs from this game. You ready? Look at Dunsparce's stats. Do I even have to tell you not to go for it? Dunsparce is one of the saddest Pokemon ever invented because it's such wasted potential. Dunsparce could literally just have any moves that you wanted to, and it just can't do anything with it. And it's so sad because Dunsparce could be so fun if it just had the right potential. Dunsparce was the Pokemon I think needed an evolution the most out of any Pokemon that was ever introduced. And it finally got one, luckily, in the new generation with the Dunsparce, but... God, there are so many better normal types in this game that also have wide move pulls. Heck, we've already seen a couple of them in Furret. So, I guess if you want a personal challenge or you're one of those people that always uses Dunsparce in a playthrough, then go for it. But otherwise, just get a better normal type with better stats. You'll find more use out of it. I am not having a very good time in this battle right now because both of my Pokemon... Misdreavus is in hyper mode and Croconaut is asleep, so... I know that after I caught that Metatite, I should have probably just ended the video, but I know exactly where I am, and straight up, there's a area coming up very, very soon where I'm going to be able to... Come on. Actually, that's beneficial, because that'll also paralyze them. It'll also paralyze that Dunsparce where I can snag it easier, so that's actually good. I don't know what to... I'm trying to think of what to do here. I think I could definitely take a Shadow Rush for Misdreavus. Let's go and do that. We'll use Confusion on this Cacnea. That is 2 turns in a row, Misdreavus. This is getting out of hand. I also did not need to switch Croconaut out. You have a free awakening in your main menu at all times. What am I doing? Oh, this game is really taking it out of me. Alright, let's pick the pieces back up. I think Dunsparce can take Confusion. I think he took the Surf really well, and I know Surf has a damage. I know Surf has its damage skewed because of double battles, but He took that surf really well from a water type. He might not be able to take this. Although to be fair, sorry, I'm yawning. To be fair, if he doesn't take it, I only have to reset by. Okay, good. He did take it. I only have to reset by 1 battle as opposed to 3 or 4 or 5. My cat is already paralyzed. Stop trying to paralyze them. Please, I beg of you. Oh, I already confused. He also technically has Parafusion. Parafusion is an interesting strategy. Let's do this. Okay, I don't think this is gonna do a ton of damage to it. Okay, no, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. Parafusion is a pretty mean strat that some people like to use, where you basically paralyze your Pokemon and confuse it. Paralyze halves your Pokemon's speed and also makes it to where you have to flip a coin every turn to where it'll attack or not. It's 50-50 chance. So Parafusion basically gives it a 50-50 chance to attack, and then it also gives it a 50-50 chance to whether it hits itself with confusion. So basically, it only has a 25% chance of attacking that turn, because that's how probability works. You had to attack Misdreavus there because you cannot have multiple status ailments on a Pokemon at a time. Like, you can't be paralyzed and asleep, because that would just negate the purpose. Man, could you imagine being like paralyzed and poisoned at the same time? That would just be ridiculous. Let's go and throw the snag ball here. I hope it catches the first time, because I'm very getting sick of all these Pokemon breaking out of these balls. 1, 2, 3. Hey, all I have to do is talk about balls, and he will get in my ball. Alright. Oh, Soch doesn't know what to do. And you talk in the third person, which means I hate you. Alright, goodbye. No, I know I'm supposed to be someone as strong as you. You must be joking. Look how this water looks really good for a GameCube game, actually. I'm impressed. I'll tell you what, though. No game has water that looks as good as freaking Pikmin 3. Pikmin 3, I think, is the best looking water in any video game I've ever played. Well, we have reached a good stopping point because we're now in an area where we can heal our Pokemon after all this time. I think that's a good place to stop. We are over an hour into this recording, and I want to take these headphones off for a moment. Next time, we'll continue on through this cave in hopes of finding Mirror B. And we'll probably find more Shadow Pokemon, and we'll hopefully not have as rough of a time as we did today. If you like this part, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys then. Peace.